You ever had one of those mornings where you wake up, check your phone, and suddenly your entire world is flipped upside down? Breaking! The Dallas Mavericks have traded Luka Dončić to the Los Angeles Lakers. Your first thought, this has to be fake. No way! Not happening. This isn't April Fool's Day, it's still February. Your second thought, wait, what did Dallas get in return? NBA Twitter was a war zone. Reddit had thousands of fans refusing to believe it was real. Even ESPN anchors were double-checking their sources because this news was so insane that people genuinely thought it was a hoax. And then, as the trade details roll in, your jaw completely hits the floor. Hold up. The Mavs really just traded one of the most talented players of this generation. And all they got was an injury-prone AD, a young guy barely getting minutes, and a draft pick so far in the future. No stockpile of first-round picks, no promising young stars, no real explanation, and that's when NBA fans realized something wasn't right. Mavericks' GM Nico Harrison held an awkward press conference where he couldn't even answer basic questions regarding this trade. And Jason Kidd straight up looked miserable in that whole conference as to what's going on, just like Mavs fans. So why did they actually do this? There is a crazy theory on the air, and quite frankly, it's the only one that makes sense. First of all, the Mavs GM decided that the best way to do this trade was to go for the team that he wanted. Hence, AD was the chosen one. The trade was the Lakers getting Luka, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris, the Mavs getting AD, Max Christie, and a pick, and the Jazz facilitated getting Jalen Hood-Schifino and 2 picks. But what's crazy is that the Jazz didn't even know the details of this trade, specifically that Luka being involved until 30 minutes before the trade. Here's another thing, Nico Harrison has hated many aspects of Luka for years. He used to compare Kobe's work ethic with Luka's and that he was disgusted by him, with his body weight, work ethic, and many more. An anonymous Mavs source told ESPN that, who gains during the season when you're playing 40 minutes a game? So they fired the old health inspecting and training staff and hired new ones, which kind of pissed off Luka. So he hired his own personal training staff, and even that didn't work with his out-of-shape body. Yet he's still dropping almost 40 points a game. But Nico didn't care that much. He had his own priorities straight. By the way, he mentioned that defense wins championships like 10 times. Second, the contract drama. Fake news. Luka himself immediately denied that he was hesitant to sign a Supermax extension. And defense? Bro, the Mavs were already one of the NBA's best defensive teams after trading for Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington last year. In the finals, they held Boston to 101 points per game. Isn't that enough, Nico? So what's the real reason? Here's something most fans completely forgot about. Mark Cuban sold the Dallas Mavericks. In December 2023, he handed majority ownership to the Adelson family, aka the owners of Las Vegas Sands, one of the biggest casino empires on earth. At the time, Cuban made it sound like nothing was going to change. He even once said, if I had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka on the Mavs, catch me at my lawyer's office prepping for a divorce. Say what you want about this man, but you can't deny his love for basketball. But when he sold the team to the Adelson family, everything changed. No, seriously, this entire trade isn't about basketball. It's about casinos, politics, and money. Who are they? They're the owners of Las Vegas Sands Corporation. You know, one of the biggest casino empires on the planet. The catch, Cuban still kept control of basketball operations. So why would the Adelsons, a family deeply invested in casinos, buy an NBA team? I'll tell you why. Because their real goal was never basketball. Their real goal? Legalizing gambling in Texas. More on that in a bit. Your immediate thought after hearing this must be, hold on, Vegas is supposed to get its own NBA team, right? I mean, Adam Silver has very much guaranteed it, so why not own a team on your own turf? Why Dallas? Well, it's to influence to expand their corporation as any other large corporation does. But how? By legalizing gambling in Texas. So this family doesn't even care about basketball. All they care about is how to milk money out of this. Their plan? Build a massive casino resort in Dallas, then attach a brand new Mavericks arena to it and make billions in gambling revenue. But here's the problem. the Texas government shut them down. For months, the Adelsons lobbied hard to legalize casinos and sports betting in Texas. They even spent $14 million on political campaigns. And guess what? They failed. Texas lawmakers rejected the bill, meaning no casinos, no sports betting, and no massive payday for the Adelsons. At this point, they had two choices. 1. Wait 2 more years and try again when the political landscape changes. 2. Go nuclear. And by nuclear, I mean move the Mavericks to Las Vegas. They chose nuclear. Let me explain. If the Texas government won't legalize gambling voluntarily, the Adelsons needed leverage. Their new strategy? Tank the team on purpose. Think about it. If the Mavericks start losing badly, fans will be pissed and stop showing up. Revenue will plummet, and suddenly the Adelsons can tell Texas politicians, authorize our casino or we'll move the Mavs to Las Vegas. Sounds insane, but here's the scary part. It might actually work. If the Mavericks suddenly became unprofitable, the league might allow the move. And guess what? The Adelsons already own land in Las Vegas. This wasn't just a basketball trade, this was a business move. By making this trade, the Mavericks didn't just lose Luka, they also ruined their roster. I mean, Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson joined the Mavs so that they could play with Luka. Now they're stuck with Anthony Davis, whose knees are held together by duct tape. They also jeopardize their future. If you're going to trade Luka Dončić, you need a historic return of picks and young stars. Instead, they got one Lakers draft pick in 2029. Also, no free agent is going to choose Dallas after this. They've also destroyed their fan base. Mavs fans were so angry that the team offered season ticket refunds. That almost never happens in sports. If ruining the team and fan base was their goal, then they have succeeded. The Mavs have lost about 1 million followers on Insta already. When you really think about it, Luka Dončić wasn't traded for Anthony Davis. He was traded for leverage. The Mavericks' new owners are playing a different game. If Texas legalizes gambling, the Mavs stay in Dallas. If not, well, the Mavs are moving to Vegas. That's the theory. And gotta be honest, it's eerily convincing. So convincing, one might think the Adelsons might have orchestrated the whole thing from the start, one chess piece at a time. This isn't just an NBA trade story. This is a billion-dollar business scandal in disguise. One thing is certain, things are going to be super crazy with this trade after 2 years. So keep your ears open. What is your take on this whole deal? Let us know in the comments down below. In other news, the Golden State Warriors have traded for Jimmy Butler. Why did Miami decide it was time to move on from one of the most clutch players in basketball? Oh, and let's not forget, Butler wasn't even the Warriors' first choice. Check out this video to find out the whole story.